and welcome to the James Oliver Guitar channel, and this is vinyl video number 31. These are the videos where I show 20 albums by bands and artists that inspire me and stuff I generally like and love. A mixed bag today as usual. And let's jump right in. Up first, this is B.B. King with his album Lucille. This came out on the Stateside label in 1968. Of course, B.B. King is famous 335, 345, 355, Lucille. And he named a record after it. So there's tracks on here like Lucille, You Move Me So, Country Girl, Watch Yourself, I'm With You. The great B.B. King, one of the kings of the blues, and that's his Lucille album from 1968. Up next then, The Art of Django Reinhardt. Of course, Django, the world-famous gypsy jazz guitar player, Joseph Reinhardt on rhythm guitar, Stefan Grappelli on violin, and this has got stuff on it like Hot Lips, Tears, The Sheik of Araby, which is a personal favourite of mine, Fats Wallace, Ain't Misbehaving, Mystery Pacific, A Little Love, A Little Kiss. Django is, one of the ultimate guitar players of all time, and I try and show as much Django stuff as I can, and this is not a compilation. Well, it is sort of a compilation, but super cool. And I also like the cover as well. It's like an artist's palette with the colours on and Django in the middle. So there we are, The Art of Django Reinhardt on the HMV label. Up next is Bob Dylan Unplugged from the famous MTV Unplugged series. Of course, you've got the Neil Young Unplugged, Nirvana Unplugged is another famous one. He does Tombstone Blues on this, All Along the Watchtower, Times They Are Changing, Desolation Row, Knock on Heaven's Door, Like a Rolling Stone, With God on Our Side. Later Dylan, still classic Dylan, and that's Dylan's Unplugged. MTV Unplugged, so there we are. Richard Thompson, this is his first solo album as Richard Thompson. No Fairport, no Linda. This is A Hand of Kindness. There's a couple of classic tracks on this actually, like Tear Stained Letter, which he does to this day. What else is on here? Twisted Memory, How I Wanted to Be, Two Left Feet, which is a great folk reel, which shows Richard's guitar prowess on too. So that's Richard Thompson with A Hand of Kindness. I'm eventually going to show every Richard Thompson album, as I am with Dylan, I expect. Now here's the Welsh band connection for this week. This is, I'm going to read it now. Tales from the Blue... Excuse me a second. I can't read this. It's the Neutrons, it is. It's Tales from the Blue Cocoons. Now I wanted to make sure I pronounced that correct. And of course this is like a Man spin-off band. It's got Phil Ryan, who was in the Man band, and of course Will Hewitt, who was in the Man band as well. And Stuart Halliday from Neef on drums. Great drummer Stuart. Martin Wallace on rhythm guitar. I'm not too familiar with Martin Wallace, but there's some cracking tracks on here. Like No More Straits, Northern Midnight, The Jam Eaters, which is a cool jam, and of course Ray Taff Williams, a Neef guitar playing legend, plays guitar on this as well. And there's another Neutrons album with like a silvery cover, which is definitely worth checking out. So there's the Welsh connection, as we call it, for this week, because we try and put a Welsh band in every week. Up next, this is the fabulous Thunderbirds. What's the World is Jimmy Vaughan and Kim Wilson on the front there. Running Shoes is on this, You Ain't Nothing But Fine, classic rock in Sydney. Jimmy Vaughan's great guitar instrumental, Extra Jimmys. Lizzie Lester, Sugar-Coated Love. The Crawl is on this. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Massive fan of the Thunderbirds. Love Jimmy Vaughan's playing, love Kim Wilson singing and harp playing. There's the bass player and drummer. I know that Keith Ferguson is the bass player and Mike Buck is the drummer. So there you are. Fabulous Thunderbirds with What's the Word? This guy sadly passed away recently. This is Leslie West's album Mountain. This is not Mountain, it's a Leslie West solo album called Mountain, because he really was a man mountain. Dreams of Milk and Honey's on this. Southbound Train, Long Red, Baby I'm Down. This is on the Bell Records label. And it's just Leslie West at his best, playing his Les Paul Jr. with that distinctive guitar tone and that distinctive voice. So that's Leslie West's album Mountain. This is an American promo copy because, as you can see, the top has been cut off. This is more of a how-to record rather than a... This is How to Play Ragtime Guitar by Stefan Grossman. Of course, Stefan Grossman is a world-renowned teacher of the acoustic blues and ragtime guitar, and he brought this LP out in the 70s on the Extra label, which put out folk and blues stuff. I've shown some Lightning Hopkins on that label before, and this is like an instruction on how to play, you know, ragtime guitar. It comes with a book, like a booklet, which I've seemed to be missing, with the music in to learn the pieces. And it's just, if you're into ragtime guitar, you know, the old masters like Blind Lemon Jefferson and Reverend Gary Davis, etc. Check out Stefan Grossman, because he will teach you how to play it. He really will. I seen him in St. David's Hall, and it was a really good show. Really, really worth seeing him. Because, of course, he was taught by Reverend Gary Davis, so it's like a bit of a connection. Captain Beefheart and his magic band, and their magic band by this point. He changed from his to their. This is Shiny Beast, also known as Bat Chain Puller. The Floppy Boot Stomp is on this. Tropical Hot Dog Night, Bat Chain Puller, Ode to Alex, which is a personal favourite of mine. Suction Prince, which is a great slide guitar instrumental. Denny Wally, who played with Zappa, etc. As well, he's on Joe's Garage. You Are What You Is. Plays slide guitar on this, I believe. And also Morris Tepper is on this as well. I can't see John French's name on here. Oh. So there we are, there's Shiny Beast, Bat Chain Puller, and I need to get a new copy because that stuff like that does bother me. Nevertheless, it's still a cracker, that. So, well, a 60s band, this is Juicy Lucy. Of course, they were famous for playing our Bo Diddley song, Who'd You Love? It's on the Vertigo label. Some good tracks on this, though. They do Who'd You Love, of course. Nadine, Are You Satisfied? She's Mine. You know, Juicy Lucy are a good bluesy rock band. What made them quite interesting, if you look at Juicy Lucy online, you know, live clips, etc., they've got a lap steel player, which is quite strange for the time, having a rock lap steel player in a band. And of course, all record collectors love the Vertigo Swirl label. So that's Juicy Lucy. More British bands next. This is the Small Faces' first album, the self-titled Small Faces album on Decca. The wonderful Steve Marriott singing. The vocals on this are fabulous. You know, there's some stuff on here. Come on, children. You better believe it. What you gonna do about it? Shake. It's too late. Don't stop what you're doing. I mean, Marriott wrote loads of these songs, and of course Ronnie Lane as well. Steve Marriott, Ronnie Lane, Kenny Jones, and Ian McAglan on the organ. So you are, Small Faces' first album, a classic. This is a blues album on the Liberty label from the later 60s. This is Big Joe Williams, recorded in London. Hand Me Down My Old Walking Stick. Of course, Big Joe Williams was famous for Baby Please Don't Go. Played the 9-string harmony guitar. Hand Me Down My Walking Stick. Mama Don't Like Me Running Around. He does Baby Please Don't Go on this. Shady Grove. Old Folks Tavern, Take It All. And of course the Liberty label put out a lot of blue stuff. I mean, Johnny Winter was on the Liberty label, Canned Heat were on the Liberty label. And why can't Big Joe Turner be on the Liberty label? So there you are, there's a bit of Big Joe Turner. Here's Roy Buchanan with his Loading Zone album. There he is on the front with his famous 53 Telecaster Nancy. Some lovely stuff on this. Ramones Blues, Booker T's Green Onions, The Heat of the Battle. Stanley Clarke is on bass, who's an astounding bass player also. Again, I'm going to show every Roy Buchanan album eventually, and that's Loading Zone. Back to the fabulous Thunderbirds tie. This is Family Style by Jimmy Vaughan and Stevie Ray. This is the album they made together. TikTok, Telephone Song, Brothers, Hillbillies from Outer Space, White Boots. There's Stevie Ray and Jimmy on the back. Classic Texas Blues. This is a reissue, sadly. This is John Fahey with his Blind Joe Deaf album. Of course, Blind Joe Deaf was John Fahey's alter ego. Blind Joe Deaf was an old blues man, which John Fahey wrote about, etc. And this is the famous album. Oh, this is the famous album that he pressed himself and sold out of his car. Of course, this is just a Tacoma Records reissue, but there's some nice stuff on here. Fabulous acoustic finger playing, Desperate Man Blues, Sun Gonna Shine on My Back Door Someday, St. Louis Blues, Poor Boys a Long Way From Home. You can see him playing a lot of this stuff on YouTube. There's a really good film about a guy called Joe Bussard, who's a massive blues and country old-time music 78 collector, and the film is called Desperate Man Blues, and it's just about Joe and his collection. He's got original Robert Johnson records, and he used to record John Fahey, because of course John Fahey was also a record dealer. There's a good documentary about him on YouTube as well, which I think I've spoke about before. This is an interesting compilation. This is Un-American Blues Activities Volume 1. So on here, we've got Chris Farlow and the Thunderbirds, Blues and Trouble, the Ballum Alligators, of course, Gennett Watkins, Mick Pinney, my friend Mick Pinney, the Mick Clark Band, the local band to me in Blackwood, the Red Hot Polkas are on here with She Ain't No Good, and the Ballum Alligators doing Betty Jean. Of course, Mickey G used to do Betty Jean, the Chuck Berry song. So I basically bought this because the Red Hot Polkas are on it. And what's quite interesting about it is, for some reason, somebody Tipp-X'd over that bit of writing on the back, so I don't know if it was wrong or something. But this is the Un-American Blues Activities on the Bedrock label, which is a London label. It was produced and engineered by Mike Vernon. The Red Hot Polkas produced themselves. So just an interesting record, really, because I like a lot of the Welsh music and the Welsh bands, so I had this really for the Red Hot Polkas, and all the other stuff is a bonus. Another compilation, because why not? The Anthology of the Banjo. Now this features Joe Maphis, Mason Williams, David Lindley, Mike Seeger. There's some real fabulous banjo playing on this if you're into the bluegrass banjo. Joe Maphis does the banjo workout, David Lindley, of course, who played with Warren Zevon, etc. Jackson Brown plays the Johnson Boys. Mason Williams plays banjo hello. I'm not sure if it's the same Mason Williams who does Classical Gas. I couldn't tell you. I'd like to know, or maybe I'll have to Google that. Joe Maphis does Joe's Breakdown as well. So there we are. That's a cool banjo compilation if you're into banjo playing, which I am, even though I can't play, but I still love the stuff. Johnny Guitar Watson with Hot Little Mama. This is some of his earlier recordings. Hot Little Mama, Reuben, Too Tired to Come, Gonna Hit That Highway, Oh Babe, 3 Hours Past Midnight. Early Johnny Guitar Watson doesn't get better for me. Love it. Elven Bishop, Duke Joint Jump. Of course, Elven Bishop was famous for being in the Paul Butterfield Blues Band, along with ace guitar player Michael Bloomfield. And this is one of his solo albums. Duke Joint Jump, Arkansas Line. He does John Lee Hooker's Crawling King Snake, Rolling Home, and of course he got his Old Red, the famous 335 he plays. There's a cartoon of it on the cover. This is a picture on the back of it. He's playing a 335 on the back, but it's not the red 335. So there you are, there's Elven Bishop. And last but not least, this is a cool one. This is Link Wray live. Live in 1985, he does Rumble, Jack the Ripper, King Creole, Row-Eyed, Born to Be Wild, Keith Lenton on bass, Marty Fryer on drums. Recorded in America on various gigs in January and February 1985. Love Link Wray. What a guitar player. a true original, unique. Check out Link Ray live. It's really wild, raw, crazy. He does really raise up a ruckus. So there we have it. There's another 20 albums of bands and artists that inspire me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you all again next Wednesday for another vinyl video. And keep watching because I post daily. Cheers. Thank you.